Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It is Forens, the foodie.
And we are back.
Yeah, it's going to be a long session today. I keep looking at this cat. This cat is a crackhead. Absolute crackhead. If you guys follow me on Insta, you've definitely seen this cat.
But it's a kitten, right? And you know that children of all species are crackheads.
This cat is the cat version of my cousin that's equally a crackhead. I think everyone knows the one. Yeah.
I know the one.
Everyone knows the one. But yeah, no, this cat is insane.
Forens is trying to chat to the cat like he speaks English.
I said, go and shit in the shit pan or whatever. But my mum calls it a shit pan. It's not a shit pan. It's the kitty litter. And
it's the litter box, right?
Yeah, litter box. I was yelling at him, and he just looked at me and came out of the pan. And I thought he like shat somewhere in my living room, but he's just been fighting up a storm.
I didn't know cats was on that like that.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. It's made me be like, I can't wait to like make my husband a dad, because he's so like, I don't know. The fanny flutters are crazy.
Here we go.
He is so paternal with this cat. It's crazy. He was so excited. I picked the cat up after work. He was so excited. He ran to
when you brought it back?
Yeah, he didn't know, because my dad was meant to drop the cat off, but he didn't. So, the cat has a name. It's Aubrey, not Drake. But his name's actually Aubrey, but I call him Aubrey, not Drake.
Drake. I'm just going to call him Drake.
Or sometimes I call him Drakey baby. But yeah, like the cat, yeah, my dad was meant to drop him over. And then I had to go to my parents' house for something anyway. So I was like, I'll just take him. So my husband wasn't expecting
How do you transport him in the car? Do you have to put him in
he kept crying like a little bitch. He put him in the cat thing, the contraption, what you imagine, like
a little cage.
Yeah, a cage, and he kept crying.
I would cry too. The fuck.
But his thing isn't the cage. His thing is more
the movement, the
car, the motion of. I think it's being in something that's moving and he has no control, because he loves to be out and about. So by the time he got like to my flat, like his anxiety was through the roof. He literally ran. Yeah,
there's no way that I can take him then, because by the time he gets here, he's gonna be.
Yeah, because even my mum was like, luckily it's a short journey, because he literally got here. He was crying, because we had to set everything up before we took him out of the cage, and then he just ran under the couch, and he was under the couch for like 10 minutes because he was so anxious. Yeah. So now he's very much at home. He's jumping all over the place.
He's fighting, but he's comfortable.
Fighting up a storm. He comfortable.
Well done.
Thank you.
So proud.
Thank you. Did you see the shoe on my Insta that she was wearing?
What shoe? No, I'm off Insta.
Oh, you did say. Oh, God. Okay, I'll send it to you. It's so funny. I don't know why she wore that kind of shoe.
I mean,
she wore that her outfit, the one with the hands that you like.
Oh, the Loewe one?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
With what shoe?
It was like a church.
Was it a boot?
It was a church auntie. It wasn't even a boot. It was a pump with heel.
I thought her ankle's better now, or her foot, whatever it was, is better now.
But it's not even a low heel, so why did you wear it?
Send it to me.
I'll send it to you. She must hate people in Philly, because why the fuck did you pick that outfit?
It wasn't her, it was her stylist. And I think that's her cousin, so.
Not all family is good family.
No.
Sometimes
say no.
Yeah, sometimes say no. Anyways, guys, today I feel like I haven't had like a mic in ages. I'm so used to holding it, so I feel like I'm not close enough.
Can we just say, like, we're back? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's been a long time since we recorded.
Yeah.
And as I was setting up my mic and everything, I just had this like rush of excitement. I was like, oh my God, like we're recording again. You know, I'm like so excited and so happy, but at the same time, that break was very much needed, because I have been exhausted.
We've both moved houses. We've both moved houses. We've both
been paying bills.
We're both knackered.
We've both been breathing.
We've both
been in a cozy lives.
Niggas that we have to
entertain. Have to service.
Yeah, just literally after this, I have to service my mans.
You're so dumb.
It's gonna kill me.
But it's been a great break, very necessary. And like, I don't know if you guys have clocked the dynamic between Forens and me and Rest, we didn't really get on. Like, I'm not one to rest in it. I'm not one to take a break. I'm one to be like, let's go. And Forens is like,
I'm one to rest.
Yeah, friends is like, chill, yeah. And so she suggested this break, and ordinarily I'd be like, no, like, it's fine, let me do a guest, let me this. And then this time I was like, you know what,
Let
fuck
me
it,
rest.
let me rest. And it's been amazing.
God rested, what more us?
Fam, who am I? Do you know what I mean?
Who am I?
But yeah, I'm very glad that we are back. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to record this episode. It's so funny because when we were first going to do this documentary was on Prime and it was free. And now
I ended up
it's
paying
not
for
free.
it.
You paid for it?
I paid for it because it was just more convenient. It was like, what,
I
90
found that
something,
shit, boy.
90 something.
One thing about me, I'm going to find a link.
Yeah, I found the link was there, but it just wasn't convenient. Like, it wasn't easy to watch on the link.
Wasn't it? Oh, have you not got ad blocker?
No, 'cause I do, but I wanted to watch it on my TV. So I was like,
Oh,
no.
okay,
And then I
fine,
wanted
that makes
subtitles,
sense.
but in the end I paid and I didn't get subtitles. But I was like, it's 99p. Like, it's not going to break the
Anyway,
bank.
yeah, whatever. Could have lost that in the couch.
But yeah, guys, we're back and we are discussing the documentary Welcome to Leith. Okay, I know Leith.
Leith like Keith.
Because I was pronouncing it Leith, but it's Leith.
Of course you were. Why are you so backwards with your pronunciations? I don't understand.
No, I'm not backwards.
They said it in the documentary.
Yeah, they said it in documentary, but I already in my mind had said
You already
Leith.
decided what it was.
Yeah. So now it's just in my head. But I know that because I remember them saying, oh, and I was like, oh, okay, that's how you say it. I don't think I'm backwards.
and then you discarded it.
Yeah. I don't think I'm backwards. I just think that people should just stop, like, BFFR, like BSFR, be so for real.
Okay.
Like, honestly,
okay.
no, honestly, like, if not, like, the English language is not that easy. Like, it's difficult. Like, why?
It's not easy at all. It's because it's not really their language. It's just a cataclysm of other languages that they mash together.
Yeah. Anyway, so we open up in this documentary and we see people like wrangling cows and riding horses, and you're just like, yeah.
I was like, where the fuck are we?
Literally, you just say to yourself, where the fuck are we? And it turns out we're in Leith, which is in Dakota. And that's a place I've never been to, and I don't see myself going to. Not
Same.
Leith, Dakota. It just
There's north and south. I know that much.
And there's
also there's Fanning.
Yeah, and all three sound like places I don't want to be in. So
yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, the people who lived in this town actually seem like calm people.
Yeah,
it's just a shame what happened to them.
Okay, yeah. So we meet Ryan Shook.
I thought it was Shock, but he was saying Shook.
Either way, I'm shooketh. Okay, we meet Ryan, and he was basically grandfathered into the position of mayor. And from grandfathered, it means it was like almost passed on from generation to generation.
Basically, everyone else died, and then it was him.
Yeah. So, Leith is 3 square miles, and it has one business, which is like kind of like a dive bar meets like a bar. Like it looks like what this place looks like is like when you watch all these movies and then the protagonist gets like their car breaks down in a podunk town and then there's this one bar with bikers in it. It looks like that.
It gives like that Leanne Rimes music video when she was like on the table in the bar.
All I need is a sun.
Yeah.
You can try to resist
from my kiss, but you know that you. Yeah, that one.
Do you know what? Yeah, my whole thing with Leanne Rimes is she stole Eddie
yeah,
C.
Brandy.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you know what? I really liked you, but
are they still together?
Yeah, they're still together. But you
then
know, if you
did she steal? Or when they say, listen, don't let your girlfriend or your wife from like. Don't let them stop you from finding the love of your life.
If you're gonna steal my man, you guys have to stay together.
Exactly.
You can't steal my man and break up with him.
Let it be that it was worth it.
I don't like. Yeah.
Exactly. Let it be that I can look back and say, okay, do you know what? Cool. Maybe actually, do you know what I mean? This was meant to be.
Something I was watching. I don't know if it was a TV show, if it was a reality TV show, but the girl stole the girl's man, and then the original wife was, and they were going through problems and they were going to break up, and the original wife was like, "No, you've got to see it through. Like, what did you break up my family for?"
Yeah, exactly. What was it for then?
I can't remember where that was from, but it was
it's
very,
true though.
Yeah, profound. So anyways, yeah, so this place has one business, 24 residents, including children. So yeah, it's highly populated, as you can tell.
24 residents. You know, it's less than my primary school class.
It literally looks like something from The Walking Dead. Like, it doesn't look real, like, at all.
Yeah, it looks like a set, like a movie set.
Yeah. So we meet some of the residents, and this includes one black guy, and
Bobby.
Yeah, and he moved
Black Bobby.
because he met his wife, and then they were going back and forth about who's going to move where, and he moved there. And it's like, you couldn't pay me.
Don't you think it gives Get Out? Like, why did you lure me here?
It gives Get Out. And I don't know if they have kids. So it's like, if you had kids, at least there's a few more black people. Like, it's just you. It's just you.
You're on your own.
I want to know.
Do your family come to visit?
Probably not. I want to know what kind of coochie she has, because it must be mad. Must be mad. It's super mad. But yeah, all of these people sound like, if you've ever watched Fargo. Have you watched Fargo?
I have watched Fargo.
Season 1?
Fargo. So there's a movie, right? Was it like a movie first and then they went into a series?
So season 1 is the best one, and it's got this guy Lester Nygaard, and that's how they sound like in this.
They do, yeah.
Very like Fargo farmy. Cool. So we learned that this guy called Cobbs arrives in Leith, and he's
Craig Cobbs.
Yeah.
Or as Americans say, Craig,
and he's just giving everyone weird vibes. And obviously, like, these people are quite welcoming. They're just like, yeah, he was weird. Like, one woman was like, yeah, he was weird, but he was old. So I kind of told my mom, listen, there's this guy that's like 60 plus.
She's trying to do matchmaker,
honestly. And he says he works in oil, and apparently there's been like this oil kind of like boom in the area where like a lot of oil companies are setting up rigs and whatever in the area. So people are coming there to work, and they were basically saying like it's bringing some great people and some unfavorable people. So he kind of just came along, and they figured he was one of those people. And so he's going around buying land, and people aren't really.
This is a red flag. Come on.
Well, yeah, because why are people coming to the middle of nowhere to buy all this?
Like, why are you here?
Yeah. The people were a bit naive, but like they're like, listen, like if he's got the money, then why not? So he's buying up.
Also, I feel like because quite a few of the people who lived there had moved there, so they're kind of probably thinking, oh yeah, I moved here from wherever. Like, why wouldn't someone else move here?
That's true.
So maybe that's more what it was.
That. So he's buying up all this land, and then suddenly we're in Alabama, sweet home Alabama. And I'm not gonna lie, just seeing the word on the screen kind of like gave me a jump scare. Like, it's giving lynching, like scary.
Seeing what on the screen?
The word Alabama. Like,
oh.
I was like, oh my God, another KKK. And then we were at the Southern Poverty Law Center. So at first I was really confused as to what this place was, because they showed this place and it seemed like it had Confederate flags everywhere, and there was KKK memorabilia. So I was really confused as to
what is going on.
Yeah, but it seems like they are on the good side. I'm
still confused.
Okay, thank you, because I was very much confusion. And we meet this guy called Ryan Lenz, and he basically writes for the intelligence project, and they monitor hate groups and hate activities. So again, this is why I was confused, because their whole office has like all this. Yeah,
exactly. It's like, which side are you on? But they're on the good side.
Well, then why?
I don't know.
Okay. So they've been monitoring Craig, and they like describe him as one of the top 10 white supremacists in the country. Like, he's really problematic. He's everything you think. Like, he's the Antichrist of Rachel Dolezal. Like, he's everything you think and more. Like, it's ridiculous, the stuff he says online. But then I've noticed that a lot of these white supremacists, yes, of course they hate black people, but they really go after Jewish people.
Yeah,
and I find that really crazy.
It's like with vitriol.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we hate you blacks, but the Jews, it's crazy.
No, but I think that with Jewish people, like, there's an element of like jealousy as well. Like, I feel like they don't rape black people and like fuck black people and I'll spit on you kind of thing. But I feel like with Jewish people, there's a sense of like, you lot think you're the chosen ones, and because like the Jewish people are actually like successful and like do you know what I mean? Like they are on their shit. Yeah, I feel like those white supremacists feel like, oh, like how dare you? Like, and then it's a different level of vitriol. Yeah. It's so weird.
It's super.
I mean, it's all weird.
Yeah, and I guess also because a lot of the ideologies they have is like taken from Nazis and things like that. So
exactly.
Sense, yeah.
So they probably don't even know why they hate Jewish people so much.
Yeah. So we see this compilation of like Cobbs, and he's been just racist, ranting and everything. And
you say he's a top 10 white supremacist in a row. Yeah. Top 10. Imagine that.
There's a hierarchy. Do you think they have an awards show?
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's the Antichrist of the BET Awards.
It wouldn't be B. There would be no B.
No, literally.
ET.
It would be the NET Awards. But yeah, he even doxes a judge, and then like the judge's husband and mom get killed, and it's just all a mess. But basically,
that I went to read up about that because I was like, what the hell? So the judge is called Judge Lefkow, and so she rules against him for something, and then he posts her address online. So it was like 2-3 years later, someone kills her mum and her husband at that address. So they make the point to say like, oh, obviously he doxed her, but there's no proof that the person who killed her from him doxing the address because he wasn't affiliated or whatever. But at the same time, I don't care. Like, you doxing her is already its own crime. Yeah, that's already bad enough, whether anything resulted from it or not. And in this case, something happened. Yeah, even if you can't directly connect them.
Wow, that's all mad. So Cobbs puts out this ad, and he says he's moving to Leith, and he wants all white supremacists to join him.
Mate.
And Ryan is like, is this fucking true? So he flies to Leith, and it's like, you could not pay me to fly to that place for anything. The people are bad, but I'm not going.
No.
Right. So he goes there to see if Cobbs has been buying properties, and he finds that he has, and he's been selling them to prominent white supremacists. Like,
prominent.
That's what
do you know what it means to be prominent?
Prominence. Like,
do you know? I wasn't just any white supremacist.
I was a prominent.
I was a prominent white supremacist. What?
No, that's so crazy.
Piss off, man.
Honestly. So, okay, this bit is funny. So we see this footage, and I just put this in because it's really doesn't have any bearing to the documentary that much, but I just found it funny. So one of the white supremacists he sells a property to is this guy called Tom Metzger, and like, he's a very prominent white supremacist. Okay, he's the most prominent.
He's the whitest of the supremacists.
Okay, and all of these white supremacists all have like a lot of them have like, this name seems a bit Eastern European or something. Metzger, like, I don't. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so he's on this podium and he's screaming, "Nigga, nigga, nigga! Ow, ow, ow! Nigga, nigga, nigga! Ow, ow, ow! White revolution! White revolution! Nigga, nigga, nigga! Out, out, out! White revolution!" And I literally burst out laughing. Like, I said, nah. So anyways. So basically, it becomes clear that for Cobbs, it's not just about bringing white supremacists to Leith, it's also about bringing like the leadership within it. So again, it's a hierarchy. Like, he doesn't just want any
exactly
redneck.
He wants the
elites, like the prominent.
Show me how much you hate black people,
right?
Show me how much you hate Jewish people. Who else do you hate? Show me.
So we learn about Cobb's plan, and people start to get worried. One of the newscasters is basically saying, Cobbs says
like-minded people with white nationalist organizations will be taking up residence on his properties, so they'll have the majority of votes to take over the town.
So it's a smart plan.
Like, it's really intelligent and calculated.
It's a smart, and I wish it would be good if black people just did this. Like, let's go and take up towns and like. But yeah, it's on paper, it's a very smart plan. Like,
yeah, and it's that no one's here saying that like Craig Cobbs is stupid. We're just saying he's a fucking white supremacist, and that's the issue. Exactly. He's intelligent. If only he used his mind for good.
Exactly. So Bobby, the only black guy, the only gay in the village.
The only black in the village.
So he says on news that he would stay in the town even if Cobb's plan works because it's his home. And it's like, I get the principle.
Natural selection,
this is
bro.
My home, but like, please, like, BSFR.
Natural selection. Like, natural selection. I maybe this is where your lineage ends. Maybe because I don't know why you went there in the first place. Why? I don't know why you stayed there.
Why nominate yourself as tribute? Like,
and the thing is, I get that, like, obviously this is your home now. No one should have the right to uproot you, especially because of the colour of your skin. I hear that, but also,
home is where the heart is. Move somewhere else.
And move somewhere else and take your heart with you, like, darling.
Quickness,
darling.
So now we meet Jeff Shoop.
Girl, I just put Jeff.
And he is an NSM commander, and the fact that they have
a commander. Is this the army? It is the army actually to them, innit? Because they're fighting the war, the white war.
Send them to Iraq then. If they're about it.
If you're really about it.
If you're really about it, go to war. So
NSM is National Socialist Movement, by the way, which just means racist.
Yeah. So he gets deeded a property in Leith by cops, and they decide to have this like big town hall. And obviously this is really like, it's a big thing because all these, it's like a racist convention. They all come. Yeah. All bearing like arms
from far and wide,
and all wearing the.
Do you know what the scene reminded me of? Yeah, what? It was giving Pawnee. Like it literally was giving. It literally was giving like Parks and Recs, Pawnee, town hall meeting, a bunch of ridiculous people having ridiculous conversations, and people taking it seriously. Yeah. I was watching this like, no, there's no way this is real. Like, am I sure I haven't switched over to Parks and Rec? Like.
It's all just a joke. But you know, I found it exhilarating how many anti-racist groups came to rally around Leith. Like it was like, yeah, we're not for this shit and we're not accepting it. Like it was good.
That's what I was saying, that those people in that village or in Leith, like they were actually calm people. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like they actually were calm people. Because they could have been just chilling, like, okay, cool. I mean, like I'm white. It's not going to negatively impact me. Like, what's the big deal? But they weren't having it. They were actively against. And there's only one black. It's not even like he was the main guy doing the fighting against it. So. Yeah, like I rate them. I don't rate their town, but I rate them.
So it's now October. Where do they get their groceries?
That's what I was thinking when they said they had one business, and then I was like, it doesn't even look like the land is fertile. So it doesn't even look like they're growing their own. Listen,
it's all mad. I don't know. So it's now October, and we meet the Dutton family. And I said Dutton. I was thinking of Dotun.
Not Dotu.
Sure I was thinking of Dutty wine. Derived from the Yoruba.
The Yoruba tribe. So they would hate that. This guy's racist as fuck.
We meet the Dutton family, and so they moved to Leith to live in a trailer.
There's 5 kids.
Yeah. And to use an outhouse. And they have no running water.
Yeah, they don't have running water.
Yeah, but they look like they smell. And it's not just about them being racist. They all look like they smell.
They do, but of course they literally do smell because they don't have running water. Yeah. Because for me, do you know how racist you have to be, to move to somewhere to not have running water?
But
that's some commitment to the cause.
Commitment to the cause, And they have 5 kids.
5. So they sexed. And they're 28.
And they sexed. So she is unwashed, he's unwashed. I know that men have foreskin, so it's all that gunk, that smegma.
Stop it, smegma. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now.
I'm going to throw up.
Stop it. Stop it. Time out.
Keep it in. Let the people hear. If they missed us, let them hear. So, oh God, I feel sick. Like I felt some bile come up. Okay, so Kyle is the patriarch. I don't know if it's the right thing to call him. He's
the contributor of sperm in this relationship.
In this relationship, right? And he's a self-proclaimed skinhead. And like, you know what? Yeah, when I look at Kyle, I wouldn't say I feel sorry for him, but I can just see that this is someone that's so disenfranchised, like from society,
and lost.
And he is confusion.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And he found family, and he found and he found some level of like comfort or whatever in this movement. Like everyone's searching for something,
and
right?
He found it,
and he found this. So
so he's basically saying that he doesn't see what all the hoopla is. Like all they want is separatism, and they just want the same way blacks want black people things, Hispanics want Hispanic people things. They just want whites only kind of things, and it's against their human rights. And now white people are becoming the eroded race.
Yeah, the minority.
And why is it a problem if they just want things for the And honestly, there's no point in having a conversation with this guy and trying to explain anything because there's no point.
Yeah, there's no, because he understands. He believes what he wants to believe.
Yeah, and he says they're no different from the
NAACP and like Hispanic and Jewish organizations.
And he says there are more of them coming to Leith. So interestingly, I found this very interesting. The NSM's party's flag is basically like just a remixed British flag.
Well, the colonizer's a colonizer. It's so funny to me, this guy, what's his name? Kyle?
Yeah.
Dutton, saying like, oh, we just want to have something for ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Like everyone was, there was separatism, everyone was doing their own thing. You man decided to go around the world and do everything. Like, Everyone was fine.
Everyone was chilling in their own...
Minding their business. Like, literally drinking their water, minding their beers.
Even I think about how these racist people don't like black people, and they say, go back to where you came from. Yeah, but you men are the ones that brought them here.
We actually were where we came from. That's where we were.
That's where we were, chilling. We had our own little villages. We were doing our own little thing.
Our own little gods, our spirits. We were living la vida loca.
The waist, eating yam and palm oil. You people you took us from...
You forced it.
And now
take that up with your ancestors. Don't take it up with me.
Bro, it's all mad. People are dumb as fuck. So
I'm so happy to be dumb.
Yeah. So one of the residents, Lee, says that he started carrying a weapon now because Cobbs is around, and basically he says that he moved to Leith because his daughter had been murdered. So if people think if people think that this is all talk and there's not much he can do, like, this shit is real, right? So we meet Gregory Bruce, and he lives 22 miles away from Leith. And at first I thought he was going to be a really prominent person, but he doesn't do much. But I just liked what he said.
I don't have a problem with orange, green, black, white, or brown people. They don't bother me that much. Stupid people do.
He is me and I am him.
Yep.
I literally was like, fam. And when he first started, when people say the whole, I don't care if you're orange, blue, purple, I'm just like, no, but who's purple? Do you know what I mean? So when he started off with that, I was like, oh, here we go. And then when he was like, I just stupid people bother me, I was like, stupid people bother me too. Oh my god, look at us.
Same thing.
Literally. I was like, same.
So basically he's just like going about documenting everything, and he starts a website about the things that are happening in Leith, and we see footage of like Cobbs antagonizing Lee and bringing up his daughter, basically saying that like, oh, are you sure your actions aren't the reason she got murdered?
Yeah, like just literally antagonizing him.
I just was like,
if that guy had punched him in the face, shot him, whatever, in the moment, I would have been like, I hear it
100%.
Not condoning the violence, but I hear it.
So the people of Leith start to think about how they're going to get him out, and basically they come up with this thing that says, well, as he doesn't have running water or sewage, there's a new ordinance which means he has to get it within like
legally he should. It's not even new, like legally he should actually have it.
So
they discovered that, and they're like,
so like Cobbs is on the radio saying, oh yeah, like fuck this shit, it's all bullshit, blah blah blah. But he's not he's not even served in person because he's not in Leith at the time. Where he is on Trisha, and he is getting DNA tested.
Girl, I was like, first I saw Trisha and I was, oh my god, Trisha Goddard, auntie, it's you. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm sorry, like.
Yeah, so basically they test him because he says, like he's willing to say he's 100%
Aryan race, la la la.
Okay, cool. And white people, please, not all of you are Aryan race. Like, Aryan race is a very specific thing that Hitler himself did not belong to, that he created. It was a social... How can you create a social construct that you yourself are not part of? Blonde hair, blue eyes. You're black haired with black eyes. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So just because you're white, it doesn't mean you're Aryan. Like, an Aryan isn't even a thing. Everyone
I was going to say, an Aryan even a thing. Like, is it an area?
It's not a thing, but if you were to go by what Hitler was trying to propagate, is that the word? It's blonde hair, blue eyed, like fair skinned.
Yeah.
So, but automatically all white people, like even Kyle himself is not part of this Aryan race. Just because you're white, it doesn't mean that you are what Hitler's definition of what that thing is. Does that make sense? It doesn't.
Like you don't even belong to the group that you're trying to...
it doesn't belong to the group that you're trying to say you're about, which group that also does not exist. Like, shut the fuck up, everyone. Anyway, so he goes on this... he goes on Trisha to prove that he's fully white, and he sat next to like a black woman who's wearing like a
dashiki vibe. I was
like, also black people, can we not? Like,
can we actually not?
Because there's no need. There's really no need. Like, what is the reason? Like, Cardi is right. Like, what is the reason?
Literally, because what was it? What was the reason?
So he does
this whole scene just pissed me off.
He does the test, and spoiler alert, he's 14% sub-Saharan African, and it's not even a surprise because from what we understand of basic science, like life originated from Africa, so most people have some sort of African in them. But then they're all like, oh yeah, bro, and Trish tries to spud him, and it's like, and it's like, oh,
it just
and then,
pissed me off.
Oh, you're black, and it's like, no, the fuck,
you're not. The thing is, I get that it's ironic, yeah, like you're trying to say you're 100% white and you're not 100% white, but why is it like a gotcha? Don't it hurt you? Like, oh look, you're black, you got black in you, haha, look at you, you're dirty like me, you're a fucking nigga like me. Like they might as well have just said that.
Yeah, Yeah.
It was so weird. I was
so
like,
weird.
I get what you're trying to do, but like, why are you trying to do that?
And also, like, I don't even want him to be even a drop black because he's disgusting. Why?
It's literally.
It's not a like. Why we?
And also, like, you hate black people so much. Why did you agree to come on this show?
It's all a mess.
It's just ridiculous.
So Bobby, who's the only black person in Leith, he's basically laughing and he's just like, listen, like, you can't be part of a radicalized group and not do your DNA tests first. He's like, oh, you're black like me. Which, again, shut the fuck up.
He's not black like you, is he, though? No, he's not. So let's all shut the fuck up. Like,
and let's all stop with this one drop rule. Like, are we not?
Literally. Oh, my God. Shades of grey, baby.
Honestly. So we see footage of Cobbs and like things. So basically, things are escalating at this point in Leith, and like Cobbs and Kyle get into this argument with Lee and Ryan, who's the sorry, is his name
Ryan the reporter or Ryan the mayor? The mayor.
Ryan the mayor. And basically, Cobbs and Kyle draw their guns, and they're just going around to people's houses, standing on their porches, like threatening them.
Yeah, it's been intimidating.
Yeah, and the police come and basically arrest them, and they're both charged with terrorism. Bail is set at $1 million, which I think is one of the really more intelligent things that happens in this documentary.
This is so funny. I've put down white on white crime. Inject it.
So Cobb sells his house in Leith whilst like all of this is going on, and then he sells it to this guy, and I didn't really bother writing his name, but the guy was like annoying me. He was like, yeah, I just bought the house, like I'll just keep it clean and whatever, but so what's his purpose? Was he one of them?
I
don't know. He was basically like, I just bought it because he was selling it. I don't give a fuck. I don't really give a fuck about what he was trying to do. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but I don't care. So what was your point?
So exactly. So whose side are you on?
Why did you buy it? I don't even know.
Because you could, I guess.
Yeah, but I could. It was probably $5 at best.
No running water, bro.
No running water. Like, it was a shack. And it's like, that property would never appreciate. So what the fuck are you doing?
Girl, he's wanted to be in a documentary, it seems.
Honestly. So Kyle takes a plea deal, and he's basically told that his charges are dropped to misdemeanors, but he has to testify against Cobbs. And they kind of gloss over whether he does or he doesn't. They never really address it, but I can only assume he does, because he's out of prison and he's at home. And he's showing us this stupid unseasoned food that he's cooking, telling us that he wants to open a restaurant. And
I was like, bro, so when black people come to a restaurant, what are you gonna do?
Literally. And he was saying, oh, even people part of the NSM have to eat. We eat like normal people. Who gives a fuck what you do, right? So there's this bit where he's sat on the couch with his wife, and the two of them really look like so if you guys have watched literally anything on TLC, that's how they look.
Yeah.
Because me and my sister say, like, TLC will take your deepest trauma and turn it into a TV show.
Mm-hmm. TV fodder.
Literally, there's nothing on there that, like, there's no trauma that doesn't
exist.
There's
no limits.
Literally, there was one that was called my fat something, and it was about these like slim guys that like fat girls. Mm-hmm. And I think the show got cancelled because like it was really problematic. And then there's like My 600 Pound Life, and then there's the 1,000 Pound Sisters. And one time one was crying about how people say her house is dirty and they're cockroaches, or people on YouTube were saying it, and then there was a cockroach like crawling behind her. And there's like 90 Day Fiancé where these people are literally like eating like bread and water on a good day because they don't have money to pay for spousal visa, and the cameras are right in their face. And my sister and I are like, yo, so what are you trying to say? The producers can't give them money to pay for this spousal visa? Like,
bro.
Yeah. So if you guys watch anything on TLC, that's how these people look. So they're sat on this couch, and the sun comes, and they do this on purpose, but it's kind of funny. So he's like, oh, like, what did you learn at school today? And he's like, oh
my God.
I learned words that start with N. And he's just like saying different words. And then he's like, ne, cool. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, that's a good word. And you're just we're all holding our breaths waiting for this guy to say nigga. Like, that is the summation of the...
He says no. First he's like, no, Nick. I said,
Huh?
And then he says 9. And I was like, okay, so he's not yet been corrupted at the time of recording.
Either way, he probably
I'm sure by now he's like
too much dip on his chip. Yeah. So I'm gonna lie, guys, not much happens henceforth. I at this point was zoning out because the documentary is decent, but it really could have this bit here could have just not existed in the documentary.
I think they're just kind of talking about like other things that happened. So there's a bit earlier where they talk about the fact that before 9/11, the government were focusing on white supremacist groups, as in terms of like hate groups and terrorism and stuff. Their main focus was white supremacist groups, and then 9/11 happened, and then the focus turned into Islamic extremism, which of course that's bad and that's a problem, but I'm not convinced that is more prevalent than white supremacist groups in America. It's just so interesting how it was big enough that was a government focus, and then things changed. Then like later on in the documentary, they're talking about like some shootings that took place they describe as a Jewish center, and the person who did that, the white supremacist who did that, had spoken with Cobbs like the day before that he did it. So it's not saying Cobbs told him to do it, but clearly you, as self-proclaimed most famous white supremacist in the world, exactly, and you know what you're doing, and it's almost even a bit like cowardly, because it's like you're not doing anything yourself,
but you're igniting,
like, exactly you're inciting people to do these things. But Cobbs is given 4 years probation.
So I just want to lock him up, put him, I want him on the Titan submarine at the bottom of the
Ocean Gate.
I want him down there. That's where I want him to be. I just feel like do you know what? And what you said is right. Like he sails so close to the wind. It's like
Andrew Tate.
He does just enough to be really problematic, but not enough to be criminal.
Exactly. And it's like if you do something criminal based upon something that I've said, or ideologies that I've like put out there, I didn't shoot anyone. I didn't kill anyone. You did that. And like, because people are so up his arse as well, is that they're happy to be like, I did that. So I don't know, it's just scary.
Scary. So obviously, nobody's happy about this. Lee, who's the main person that had a problem with Cobbs, like he was just like, this is bullshit. Like he was threatening and we don't feel safe having him around. And like obviously everybody is like wondering, like, hey, now because he gets out of prison, right? And everyone's like, okay, so what's his next move? Is he coming back here? So they burned down the property.
Oh yeah. So this bit confused me. So they burned down his property. Is that not arson? To be honest, there's only like 2 police officers in that town anyway. So.
One of them had.
But then that's why he doesn't own it anymore. Does another guy own it?
I don't know. But they also burned down the land or whatever that was deeded to the NSM. And the NSM commander looks like he's about to cry, and he's like, oh well, thank you to them because they've cleared the land for us. We'll definitely be back. And it's like, fuck off, no you won't.
And but the thing is, you burning the land doesn't mean the land is still there. You didn't erase it off the face of the earth. So what was the purpose?
What was the reason? And one of the sheriffs in town, like, he has a neckerchief, and it's like, what the fuck is this guy like?
Wait.
He has a neckerchief. He has a neckerchief.
What?
It's a neckerchief.
So, wait, it sounds a lot like nigga.
Oh, it is. And it's
what? Like the little goiter thing?
That the handkerchief that they wrap around the neck and they do a little swoop.
Like the cowboy thing.
I don't know what that shit is, but they tuck it.
No, wait, is that an actual term?
I don't know if it's a term.
Or did you make this up?
I've heard it before, but I heard it on a TV show. It could.
No,
be,
I'm gonna type it in now. Oh my god, it comes up neckerchief.
Let me see. Let me see.
A type of neckwear associated with those working or living outdoors, including farm labourers, cowboys, and sailors.
Yeah, I was right. A neckerchief.
But that's actually what it's called.
He tucks it in, so it's a bit like a cross between a neckerchief and a cravat. Because my dad is always wearing cravats. I don't know who my dad thinks he is. So that
cravat? Nah, sorry. Which one is that again?
That one I know for sure. Yeah,
cravats.
My dad loves a cravat, man. Every time he goes out, he'll wear this thing. Who the fuck do you think?
That's what I was imagining. I was imagining a cravat. That's what I was imagining. That's better than a neckerchief, though. I can't lie.
It's a cross between the two. So it was a neckerchief style.
A neckerchief is like the baby of a cravat and a handkerchief.
Yeah, but so it was a neckerchief style cloth that he tucked in as a cravat. It was like he wanted it to be a cravat, but he didn't have
enough fabric.
Yeah, so it's a neckerchief style. Like,
you learn something new every day, boy. The more you know.
The more you know. So really and truly, Like, there was this bit where they were complaining that, like, the sheriff's not doing anything. I was like, what the fuck is this sheriff gonna do? He has a neckerchief. Like, what really is he? What do you think?
This guy has not had to stop a crime in his life.
At best, he's picked off chewing gum from the floor. On
a
very busy day, that's what he's done. Like, come on. Ugh. Like, be so for real right now.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, they've got a neckerchief wearing sheriff in town. So it's like, if Cobbs comes back, there's not much that's going to happen in terms of
just surrender and be done with it.
But, like, Cobbs is out of prison. And do you know what? I see this flash of him where it's like, I think he does this stuff just to be... what I feel
inflammatory.
What I feel about Cobbs is he was someone who grew up being bullied. And then he was like,
They talk about him being in, like, the military and reading the law and all that kind of stuff.
But I feel like he grew up being bullied, and I feel like this was a route for him to have some sort of power, because I don't even know if he buys the shit he says.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's that deep to him. Like, I don't think he has the hate that Dustin has.
On Trisha. He wouldn't have gone on Trisha.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And sat so close to that other black woman.
Yeah. And literally he was saying that, like, he was just scrolling on the internet and saying, I guess I say some stuff that people consider to be, like, hateful. Like, you can just tell, like, this shit is just a joke to him.
He doesn't give a heck.
Yeah. And he's living in a motel, and he seems like he's about to go back to his old tricks. So on-screen text tells us that NSM still own the land that was deeded to them, but that their lot remains vacant. And that is it.
And then there's other on-screen text that says, white supremacists, Jeff, Tom, Alex. Oh, that's what you just said.
Yeah.
Oh. Now it's time for...
The real crime, I think, was the beard.
Our segment where we talk about something that may not be criminal, but we definitely consider to be a crime.
So this one seems like it would probably be a crime. Because, I was going to say the neckerchief, but it came out early. So that is definitely a crime.
Still counts.
It still counts. But what I was going to also say is having 5 kids living in that shack. But I think that's actually a crime.
That's what I said. I know. And also with the 5 kids, 28 with 5 kids.
Yeah. Because when did you start having them? At 5?
That's wild. That's literally wild.
But then
because you're a child yourself.
Yeah, and also the way Cobbs looked before he went to prison, he somehow left prison looking better.
Thank you very much. That was my other one. I literally said, first of all, the hairline was wild. And then I was like, how did your hair look better in prison than when you were free?
Okay, guys.
But then it makes sense because he didn't have running water. So how was he going to wash? How was he going to condition?
Before prison, he looked like, take my strong hand. That's exactly how he looked. Exactly.
Oh God!
I didn't recognize him after he looked, and you can only imagine how bad someone must look to look better after
coming out of prison. But it makes sense because I had the same thought, and then I was like, no, actually, in prison they probably had like shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
And running water
and
primarily. Soap. Yeah. Yeah, literally, we had the same ones there. Sorted. But yeah, this documentary, I mean, watch it if you want to, but we've done a pretty good job covering it.
It was a decent documentary. I was enjoying it up until like, it just got a bit too much. Like, I wasn't interested in a lot of stuff they started to talk about. So, not that it's not the subject matter's interest, but there just wasn't any need to have it in the documentary.
Yeah. But next week we're going to do a credits, but in the credits we're going to be talking about the documentary Take Care of Maya, which I watched it, yeah.
Did you cry?
Girl, I didn't cry, but I can understand why someone would cry.
So we watched it, and then we watched Sins of a Mother.
Sins of Our Mother. Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, then my husband was like, what the fuck is this shit? Don't put this shit on TV anymore. Like, why are we paying to be depressed? Like, you're sitting there crying. I'm sitting here with my hands in my head. Don't ever put this kind of stuff on.
Yeah, Take Care of Maya was
just... It was a lot. It was a fucking
and it's long, but it doesn't feel long.
No, it's...
Like, I got to like halfway because I had to pause it to go do something, and I was halfway through. And I was like, what else could possibly happen?
Yeah. And everything that's in there needed to be in there. So for once, Netflix doesn't.
Yeah, because it's like an hour and a half, maybe just over. But every set, it was, oh God.
Anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, so we're going to just kind of do a credit style so we can talk about it, the themes and stuff. I really would recommend, if you've got Netflix, if you've got access to Netflix.
Watch it.
To watch it, yeah. It's a really good watch. It's really sad though, so brace yourself.
Alrighty, so In the meantime, between time,
you can find us everywhere. 2 Girls 1 Doc. TikTok 2 Girls 1 Doc podcast, and email 2girls1doc@gmail.com. If you have any requests or anything, just email us, send us a message, DM us, whatever it is. Thanks for being back. We're so happy to be back. And we are back.
This cat is farting up a storm.
Has it been farting this whole time?
And snoring.
It's sleeping.
Yeah,
He's sleeping,
on the couch. Yeah.
And farting on the couch. Ew.
Sleeping and farting. It's like he's the landlord. Sorry, no, it's like he's the mortgage payer of this property.
Dog up the house.
Yeah, he behaves everywhere, even our house, like my parents' house. He behaves like he pays. He'll sleep anywhere he likes, open his legs wide. It's just honestly.
This will be good training for you when you have a baby.
I told you I'm getting fanny flutters. Looking.
Yeah, I know. I told you this. And you're like, oh no, I'm not having kids. I was like, oh, piss off, babe. We're meant to be going away next year, yeah. And I'm like, this girl's gonna come barefoot and pregnant.
I'm not ready to have a kid, but I like the way my man looks like taking care of
of life. That's good. It bodes well then, isn't it?
Yeah, no kids yet, but we finna practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
On that note,
goodbye.
I'm giving up Love Island for you lot. Let me go catch up.
Oh, guys, I can't believe you're part of the problem.
Yeah, I am. Okay. Sometimes London has a problem. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, my stomach. I had yogurt today, and my stomach has been bubbling.
Why did you do that?
You
know you're lactose.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You know you lactose, bitch.
I do.